America's immigration system has just been rewritten, and this time, it's permanent. A new bipartisan law under President Donald Trump's second term has shocked millions of immigrants, redefining what it means to live legally in the United States. From green card holders to visa workers, every non-citizen now faces continuous review, and one mistake could change everything. This is not a small update. It's the largest immigration reform in decades, reshaping who stays, who leaves, and who will never qualify again. This is Immiscope, your trusted source for U.S. immigration news, policy changes, and visa updates. For years, immigration reform in Washington seemed impossible. Every proposal collapsed under political division, until now. Under Trump's second term, lawmakers from both parties have reached what they call a balanced deal. Republicans secured stronger enforcement powers and faster deportation procedures. Democrats gained standardized case tracking, transparency, and digital accountability. The result is a law that merges technology with enforcement. A fully data-driven immigration framework designed for total oversight. But behind that modernization lies a new reality. Permanent residency no longer means permanent security. Core issue: the new immigration framework. At the heart of this reform is reclassification. Every immigrant, from a student on a visa to a green card holder, now falls under a single category: non-citizen residency. This unified structure removes older protections once tied to permanent status. Renewals, reentries, or citizenship filings can now trigger full behavioral reviews. Residency is no longer permanent. It's conditional, based on continued good conduct, clean records, and verified accountability. Immigration attorneys warn this creates a system of rolling evaluation where every action, every trip, and even past mistakes can be re-examined at any time. Restructuring immigration priorities. U.S. citizens now stand alone at the top of the immigration hierarchy. All other groups, workers, dependents, and students, are now evaluated under identical behavioral and legal standards. This change simplifies enforcement, but erodes the sense of security for millions who once believed their green cards were untouchable. Even long-term residents must now prove continuous eligibility. That means regular background checks, new moral standards, and deeper digital screenings across federal systems. The DUI standard, a single mistake, can end it all. The most controversial part of the reform is the DUI provision, a new national standard that ties immigration eligibility directly to conduct behind the wheel. Under the new law, even one DUI, past or present, can trigger deportation or denial of entry. Conviction isn't required. A simple admission to drinking before driving can now count as a federal violation. Old cases can be reopened. Expunged records can reappear. And immigration officers are required to treat every DUI as a potential disqualifier, regardless of state definitions or rehabilitation. Supporters call it a safety measure. Critics call it a lifetime penalty for one mistake. Mandatory deportation for DUI offenses. Previously, immigration judges had discretion. They could weigh evidence of rehabilitation, family ties, or community service before ordering removal. That discretion is now gone. Every DUI offense is automatically deportable. No exceptions, no second chances. Federal enforcement agencies must apply this rule equally in every state. This means a permanent resident with decades of lawful life in America could face deportation based solely on a single misdemeanor. The reform establishes a zero-tolerance framework that removes human judgment and replaces it with automated enforcement. Expanded inadmissibility. Travel risks ahead. The same conduct that triggers deportation can now block reentry. If a traveler's record shows any DUI conviction or even an alcohol-related admission, they may be declared inadmissible. That includes students returning from a short trip abroad, a green card holders re-entering after vacation, or visitors renewing temporary status. Even minor fines or expunged cases remain visible in shared government databases. Under the new rule, consular and USCIS officers must deny all applications linked to alcohol-related violations. Traveling abroad, even briefly, has never been riskier. Good moral character, permanently redefined. The concept of good moral character has also been rewritten. In citizenship applications, this standard now permanently excludes anyone with a DUI, no matter how old or minor. Rehabilitation no longer matters. Years of community service, clean records, or good conduct cannot override it. Officials say this aligns citizenship with responsibility and discipline. But immigration advocates warn it turns the naturalization process into a moral test that few can pass if they've ever made a single mistake. Green card security erased. For decades, holding a green card symbolized safety and stability. That sense of permanence is now gone. A single DUI can trigger revocation or review of lawful permanent status. USCIS is already reopening old files under the new conduct review system. Renewals now come with enhanced checks, algorithmic background reviews, and behavioral scoring. Attorneys report growing anxiety among immigrants, many unsure whether their old cases could now be flagged. In short, every green card renewal is now a fresh test of worthiness. Supporters versus critics. Supporters say the reform restores trust and accountability in the system. They argue that immigrants who live and work in the U.S. must uphold the highest moral standards. To them, it's about protecting communities and ensuring every benefit holder respects the law. Critics, however, see a system built on fear and fragility. They warn it punishes people for past mistakes, discourages integration, and ignores rehabilitation. They call it justice without mercy. This growing divide highlights a deeper question: should immigration policy measure potential or perfection? Retroactive reviews. Enforcement begins. Officials have confirmed that retroactive reviews are already underway. Federal databases are being cross-checked with state DMV and court records to locate past DUI offenders. Attorneys across multiple states report a surge in clients receiving notices of intent to deny or reopen their cases. These reviews are powered by automated systems that match immigration files with state-level conduct databases, marking the start of a new, algorithm-driven era in immigration enforcement. For many, this isn't theoretical. It's happening right now. A system of continuous evaluation. The old idea of permanent residency is effectively gone. In its place stands a system of continuous monitoring, where compliance defines eligibility every single day. Non-citizens are now part of a real-time review cycle. Every renewal, every background check, every application becomes another evaluation of trustworthiness. Attorneys describe it as conditional permanence. You can live, work, and build a life in America, but only if your record remains spotless. Looking ahead, analysts believe this bipartisan reform will set the foundation for future laws. Some predict similar rules could soon apply to fraud, tax evasion, or domestic disputes. Expanding beyond DUI to broader moral and conduct-based criteria, visa renewals, work permits, and family petitions could all face behavior-linked eligibility reviews. The message from Washington is clear. Immigration is now about ongoing compliance, not past approval. Every file is open to review. Every mistake can return. Every future application depends on spotless conduct. This law represents more than just new legislation. It marks a permanent transformation of how the United States defines trust, behavior, and belonging. For supporters, it's modernization and accountability. For critics, it's fear and fragility. Either way, America's immigration system has entered a new age. One defined by data, discipline, and zero tolerance. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching Immiscope. See you in the next video.